The storm had been raging for 3 days when Alyssa Reed found the creature drowning in the flooded ravine. She'd been surveying the damage to the colony's water reclamation system, alone as usual when she heard it. A sound that shouldn't exist on this barren moon. A cry. High-pitched, desperate, cutting through the howling wind like a blade through flesh. Every instinct told her to ignore it, to focus on her mission and return to the safety of the dome. But Alyssa had never been good at following instincts that made sense. She found the baby dragon wedged between 2 collapsed pillars of stone, the rising water already covering its snout. The creature was no bigger than a terrier, its obsidian scales slick with mud, its wings, delicate membranous things, torn and useless. Its eyes, golden and ancient despite its youth, locked onto hers with an intelligence that made her breath catch. "Easy," Alyssa whispered, though the creature couldn't possibly understand. She waded into the churning water, ignoring the cold that bit through her envirosuit. The baby dragon thrashed weakly as she reached for it, claws scraping harmlessly against her reinforced gloves. The stones shifted. Water surged. For a moment, Alyssa thought they'd both drown in this forgotten corner of an alien world. Then her fingers closed around the creature's body, surprisingly warm despite the frigid water, and she pulled. They broke the surface together. Gasping, the baby dragon coughed up water, a sound like grinding metal, and Alyssa dragged them both onto solid ground. She should have left it there. Should have returned to the colony and reported the native wildlife. But those golden eyes watched her with something too much like gratitude, and Alyssa found herself wrapping the shivering creature in her emergency thermal blanket. "You're going to get me in so much trouble," she muttered. The baby dragon chirped, a surprisingly gentle sound, and nestled against her chest. 3 weeks passed. Alyssa kept the creature hidden in an abandoned storage bay, bringing it food synthesized from the colony's protein reserves. She named it Ember, though she knew that was foolish. It grew quickly, doubling in size, its scales hardening from obsidian to something that gleamed like polished onyx in the dim light. Then, one evening, Ember disappeared. Alyssa searched everywhere, panic clawing at her throat. She'd grown attached to the alien creature, more attached than she'd been to anything since leaving Earth. The thought of it lost, vulnerable, possibly recaptured by whatever forces had left it to drown. The alarms shattered the night. Multiple hostiles detected, the colony's AI announced with artificial calm. Perimeter breach. All personnel to defensive positions. Alyssa ran to the observation deck and froze. Dragons, dozens of them, each one massive, their scales ranging from deepest black to crimson to silver that caught the moon's pale light. They circled the colony like a living storm, wings spanning 20 meters or more. At their head flew the largest, a creature of absolute midnight, its eyes burning with intelligence and something else. Something calculating. The colony's defenses activated. Plasma turrets swiveled, targeting the nearest threats. But before anyone could fire, the largest dragon descended, landing with earth-shaking force just beyond the perimeter shields. It shifted, and Alyssa watched in stunned silence as its form rippled and condensed, taking on a vaguely humanoid shape, still scaled, still alien, but capable of standing on 2 legs. "I am Veilcor," the creature spoke, its voice resonating through some kind of psionic amplification that made the windows vibrate. "Leader of the Ashkara pack. We seek the human who saved our lost hatchling." The colony's commander, a grizzled veteran named Morrison, stepped forward. "We don't know what you're—" "I do." Alyssa's voice cut through the tension. She stepped onto the platform, heart hammering, and met Veilcor's burning gaze. "I saved your baby, Ember, the one left in the ravine." Veilcor's head tilted, an unsettlingly predatory gesture. "Not left. Taken. By those who thought to weaken our pack by drowning our young in your human storms." The dragon leader's form shifted again, moving closer to the shield barrier. "You risked your life. For a creature not your own, for a hatchling of a species you'd never encountered." "Why?" Alyssa swallowed hard. "Because it needed help. Because leaving something to die when you can save it, that's not who we are. That's not who I am." Silence stretched across the compound. Then Veilcor laughed, a sound like distant thunder, simultaneously terrifying and oddly warm. "The Ashkara remember debts, human. Your colony has struggled on this moon, yes? Your water systems fail. Your crops wither. Your people speak of abandoning this place." The dragon gestured to the sky where the pack still circled. We know every spring, every underground river, every pocket of minerals on this world. We know where the soil is rich and which caverns shelter from the storms. Morrison stepped forward. What are you offering? Alliance, Velcor stated simply. You saved our future. We offer you yours. The Ashkara will share our knowledge of this moon. We'll protect your settlement from those who would see it fall. We'll hunt with you, build with you, endure with you. The dragon leader's gaze never left Alyssa, because one human showed us that your species values life, even life strange and scaled and utterly alien to you. Tears burned in Alyssa's eyes. She'd saved Ember on impulse, expecting nothing but the satisfaction of doing the right thing. She hadn't expected this. Hadn't expected an entire alien pack to view that single act of kindness as something worthy of reciprocation on this scale. We accept, Morrison said. Though he glanced at Alyssa for confirmation, she nodded. Velcor's form rippled with satisfaction. Then let this moon witness the first true bond between human and Ashkara. The dragon leader turned to leave, then paused. The hatchling you call Ember. She wishes to remain with you if you permit it. To learn your ways as you learn ours. To be the bridge between our peoples. Alyssa's breath caught as a familiar form descended from the circling pack. Ember, now 3 times the size she'd been, scales gleaming, wings fully healed. The young dragon landed beside Velcor and chirped. The same gentle sound from that first night. I'd be honored, Alyssa whispered. As the Ashkara pack descended to make formal contact with the colony, Alyssa Reed understood something fundamental about the universe. Humanity's greatest strength wasn't its technology, or its weapons, or its stubborn refusal to quit. It was the simple, powerful act of extending a hand, or in this case, pulling a drowning creature from the flood, when it would have been easier to walk away. Sometimes, the smallest acts of kindness echoed across the stars.